Raise a spoon to Grandma, who always took all the hungry cousins to McDonald's for McNuggets and the Play Slide. Have something sweet in her honor. Come to McDonald's and treat yourself to the Grandma McFlurry today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Welcome to Michigan in Focus, powered by thecentersquare.com. This episode features a piece by the Center Square's Therese Boudreau headlined, quote, "Group urges Michigan Democrats to support minimum wage increase," end quote. Here's the story. One Fair Wage isn't giving up on a higher minimum wage in Michigan, despite an October ruling that ended a chance to get the question before voters in 2024. Instead, the group is banking on a court case and lawmakers to push the state's non-tip minimum wage, eventually to $15 an hour. A 2024 ballot proposal to raise Michigan's minimum wage to $15 per hour by 2027, circulated by One Fair Wage, had collected more than 360,000 signatures. But the Republican-led Board of State Canvassers ruled in October the language of the petition varied from what was originally approved, accusing One Fair Wage of misleading voters. The Michigan Supreme Court declined late last week to overturn the Board of State Canvassers' decision. The battle for raising the state's minimum wage has raged for years. The Republican-led legislature in 2018 had adopted and immediately weakened separate minimum wage and paid sick leave proposals using the controversial adopt and amend tactic. In response, One Fair Wage and Mothering Justice filed a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of the tactic. Saruji Yaraman, president of One Fair Wage, said, quote, "We are very optimistic that the Michigan Supreme Court will in fact rule that what the Republican-led legislature in 2018 did was unconstitutional, and we're calling on the legislature to listen to the will of the voters as Republicans have not," end quote. The conference also featured Celinda Lake, president of Lake Research Partners, who said recent polling data shows broad support among Michigan voters for a minimum wage increase. Lake said the data also has strategic implications for Michigan Democrats heading into the 2024 election. Voters report a greater likelihood of both showing up to the polls and voting for candidates who support the wage increase if the measure appears on the ballot. Lake said, quote, "People are overwhelmingly in favor of this policy. They're more motivated to vote for candidates who support this measure. It is a no-brainer for the Democratic-led state legislature to vote for this policy," end quote. The minimum wage in Michigan is currently $10.33 per hour for non-tipped workers and $3.93 per hour for tipped workers. This podcast was made with the assistance of AI technology. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.
Raise a spoon to Grandma, who always took all the hungry cousins to McDonald's for McNuggets and the Play Slide. Have something sweet in her honor. Come to McDonald's and treat yourself to the Grandma McFlurry today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's for a limited time.